Hey, Tadaima! What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite animes. And today, I will be doing an anime review on Spy Family. Yes, I have finally watched Spy Family. Oh my god, Culture Detective has finally watched Spy Family. Yes. So lately, there has been tons upon tons upon tons of animes that I just have to watch all the way from Kaguya-sama's new season to Komi-sama Komusho Desu new season, and among which the most popular one, the most talked about one, is Spy Family. Spy Family is a manga by Endo Tatsuya, and then it is adapted into an anime by Wit Studio and Cloverworks. And yeah, Spy Family came out and everybody's talking about it for some reason. This is like a new hit anime where everyone's talking about it, and even people who are not anime fans are watching it. And it's like the new Demon Slayer, essentially. When Demon Slayer came out, everybody's talking about it, and even non-anime watchers are getting into anime because of it. And now we have the new Demon Slayer, Spy Family. And honestly, Spy Family is kind of a mix between a comedy and a slice of life. And I'm usually not really into that stuff, but I have to admit it is pretty entertaining. But pretty entertaining. It's not the most entertaining ever. It's not the most entertaining anime ever. So, first of all, let's talk about the art style. I think the art style of Spy Family is average. There's nothing crazy about it. It's just very average Wit Studio art style. Now we have the OPs and the EDs, and they're actually surprisingly nice. I really like the colors. I like the animation. I hate it when OPs and EDs are just people fighting in the air or just turning around and smiling and birds flying. I really hate those kinds of OPs, so I'm really glad we have something special here. I really like it when characters walk in their OPs and EDs. And we have Anya walking in the OP as well as the ED, which is really cool. And I just like the weird cut out sort of childish childish animation that just really works out. It's almost like we're watching the entire anime in Anya's perspective in the OP. Now that being said though, the songs in the OP and the ED are just okay. And in fact, they're a little bit bland, and maybe that's the reason why I don't find myself going back to these OPs and EDs. If the songs are better, I would have liked it a lot more. Now we have the story. And essentially, Spy Family is about a spy who forms a family. So there's two nations, the West Nation and the East Nation, Westalis and Ostania or something. And so we have this spy who's working for the West but is infiltrating the East. The spy name is Twilight. And in order to infiltrate the East, he needs to stop someone, a politician, who is a warmonger. And so to do that, he needs to form a family, get a child, and have that child enter a very prestigious school, and in that school befriend the politician's son, thus getting the agent himself closer to the target. So that's the mission, Operation Strix. And so essentially, in a nutshell, the mission is to form a family, get a child, and get a wife. Thus the title Spy Family. Except the catch is that the guy, the husband, is a spy, but he needs to pretend to be a normal father. The child, Anya, is actually a telepath. She can read minds for some reason, but she cannot reveal that. The wife is actually an assassin, but she cannot reveal that. So all three of them have secret identities and have secret powers, but they cannot reveal that to one another, and they need to pretend the whole time. And it's actually a lot of fun. Just this premise alone is enough to hook me into the story. Now, just like any other anime, right off the bat on episode 1, it goes straight into the story with no act 1 or anything at all. Which is, in my opinion, one of the things that bug me about anime storytelling is that we don't really get an act 1, or manga storytelling. A lot of mangas do that as well. We don't have an act 1. Right off the bat, we have the inciting incident, and the character does their thing, and then the story begins. I wish there was more of an act 1, but honestly, it's a slice of life comedy, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But yeah, on episode 1, we're introduced to the child, who is Anya, who is Absolutely iconic. Everybody on the internet is talking about her. There are Instagram filters where it's like Anya likes this one, and uh, and it's great. I really like Anya. She's cute, and the voice acting is amazing. Tanezaki Atsumi, who plays Anya, did a great job here. On episode 2, we are introduced to the wife character, Yor, who is played by the one and only legendary Hayami Saori. Just listening to her voice, just listening to her voice act is already amazing. Is already a pleasure. And Eguchi Takuya, who plays the main character, Twilight, his chemistry with Hayami Saori are great, and that's obvious because apparently they also appeared in Oregairu together, which is a show I haven't watched. But yeah, they got the chemistry. It's good. Episodes 1 and 2 are very solid. Episode 3 is a bit of a slower, mid-pace, sort of the slice of life episode that sets things down, where the three main characters orient themselves in the city, watching the opera, going to the museum, and all that stuff. And then we have episode 4, which is probably my favorite episode. This is the episode where Twilight, the agent, has to get his child into the very, very prestigious school. I say university because I'm trying to transfer into a university here. But this episode is amazing because this actually reminds me of my own experience entering a secondary school, the interviewing, and me being super paranoid. Oh, maybe the moment I step into the school grounds, maybe the teachers are already watching me. I need to act really cool. I need to walk really nice, and I need to dress really nice. I need to look really clean, and it just reminds me of my own experience. So that's really cool. And in a lot of ways, it's like an episode of JoJo because they literally turned that paranoia into 11, where the teachers are literally watching the applicants and their parents walk into the school, and they're like, oh, D49 out, F726 out. The walking is not elegant enough. And it's just awesome. And then they put these tests like a child is drowning in a ditch or something, and it's so over the top and it's so much fun. And again, it just reminds me of JoJo because of how weird it is. It's like the protagonists want to infiltrate the school versus the school trying to make the protagonists fail by making them unelegant. And it's such a weird battle, and it's just so much fun. And then that is contrasted with episode 5, which is a complete filler in my opinion. Yeah, we have this castle thing, and it's so over the top, and that's cool and all, but it really serves no purpose in the plot overall, so I'm not really a huge fan of it. And then we have episode 6, where we have the iconic smirk. Yeah, I love that scene. I love seeing Anya interact with other people other than her parents. It's always fun. It's always entertaining, and it's iconic. Episode 7 is not really all that memorable. Same goes for episode 9. But we have episode 8, where Yor's brother, Yuri, came to see her family, so they need to pretend. And little do they know, Yuri is actually working for the secret police in the East, and Yuri's number one enemy is Twilight. So again, very suspenseful, and hilariously so. The whole episode is funny, it's awesome, and the way things turned out at the end is just amazing. And I also really like how throughout the whole anime, so far anyways, nobody has figured out who each other are. So nobody knows that Anya is actually a telepath. Nobody knows that Yor is actually an assassin. Nobody knows that Lloyd, aka Twilight, is a spy. Nobody knows. But right off the bat, Yuri already exposed himself by accident, and Twilight saw it. So that's hilarious. Episode 10 is another highlight for me. The dodgeball episode. Again, I don't know why, but even Spy Family is more relatable to me than freaking 13 Reasons Why when it comes to like secondary school / high school experiences. Because I remember the first time I went to dodgeball competition in Form 1, aka 7th grade of my secondary school. And it was just such a crazy experience because I was a child. Everybody were children back then, and we were all, 8th grade syndrome. So we were literally so overly serious about dodgeball, and it was just such a battle. The first time I played dodgeball was such a freaking insane, intense, over the top, dramatic battle. It was it was some fun times, and this episode actually exactly reminds me of that. It's so over the top, it's so crazy. We have this character, this minor antagonist, I guess, where he's a child. He's supposed to be like 6 years old or something. Yet he looks like a muscular 30-year-old and has a voice of a 40-year-old. It's so ridiculous and unrealistic, but I really like that because I totally understand why. I totally get this. Like, I know people who are like this. Like, when I was 11 or 12, there would be people around the same age and maybe even younger than me who look like 20 something, and I would be so fucking scared. So this is just relatable, unfortunately. But yeah, this is amazing. This is a very good episode. Finally, the anime ends off on episodes 11 and 12, which aren't really strong endings to the anime, in my opinion. Two relatively tame episodes, no cliffhangers, nothing all that ambitious. Still has its fun moments, but I wish it could have gone somewhere better. So yeah, overall, I'd say this is a really fun anime. I don't think it's the greatest anime ever, and I don't think it's as great as some people say it is. But certainly there are some legitimately amazing, fun moments in this anime that's just awesome. And if you're not an anime watcher, Spy Family would be a great place to start. If you're into comedy, if you're into simple slice of life stuff, this would be a great place to start. And I'm giving Spy Family a light to decent 8 out of 10. So, have you watched Spy Family? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like it, and subscribe if you want more. Thanks for watching. Yeah.